sometimes I think that's what we all need, is to be told, how bad do you really want it, and do you want to look in the mirror and put in the work to get where you want to be.
Cleans it up off the wall. There's Roman again, pursuing. Oh, and a giveaway! Here comes Sweeney! He's alone!
I was on my last tour in Iraq. I was about a week from taking over the platoon. At that time, we were running vehicle checkpoints. We would make sure they don't have bombs, weapons. On our way back to the patrol base, I decided to be the lead vehicle. I had 2 other sergeants that could have easily taken the lead, but that day I just chose to lead from the front. Sometimes you would see an ID on the road, and sometimes you didn't see anything at all, and none of those signs were there, and my vehicle struck the ID, lifted my vehicle in the air and slammed it on my passenger side. I felt like my legs were really heavy, but I didn't want to look down at them, and I started to drag myself out of the top of the vehicle. Eventually, my guys pulled me out the rest of the way, and for some reason, I felt like everything was going to be okay because all the training we put in, they're the ones that saved my life that day. I remember my daughter noticed, because I had the sheet over me, and she's like, "Bobby, where's your leg at?" I had not the guts to tell him I was gonna amputate my leg, and she was like, "Is it gonna grow back?" And I'm like, no, it ain't gonna grow back. And my son's like, "Oh, you gonna get one of those cool robot legs?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those cool robot legs." I don't think there's something that can prepare people for something like that, but my mom's really always instilled in us, your mind is very strong. And the military, my brothers, the area I grew up in, all helped gear me to be a strong individual and to make it through that.
Yeah, ready, go.
When I was injured, I was instantly taken away from my guys. I had to eat with them, sleep next to them, bleed with them, sweat with them. These are my brothers, and instantly that was gone. Getting into a team sport really gave me that back. That teamwork, that brotherhood, that camaraderie that I miss so much. After playing for about 8 months, our coach at the time, he said, "Hey, you look really good, and I think you should try out for the 2010 Paralympic team." So I went to the tryouts. At that time, they would post on a paper who made it, and then if you weren't on that paper, you clearly didn't make it, but you could go talk to the coaches. And I told them, "Look, I have no excuses. I'll be back here next year ready to go." And that's what I did. I really dedicated my time practicing. I played it on video games, watched it on TV, went hard to work on the ice with my teammates. And then the following year, I'm one of the first war wounded veterans to make the National Sled Hockey team.
Roman is in deep. He's holding on. The U.S. is about to go back-to-back for the first time in Paralympic ice sledge hockey history.
2 Paralympic gold medals later, and I'm still not content. I'm still hungry for another one, and I still want to help my teammates out. I've always been a big Blazer and NBA fan, and I always wanted to play in the NBA. Growing up as a little kid, I really wanted to be like the first kid from my neighborhood to play on the Blazers. And I didn't grow up with football, I didn't grow up with baseball, I grew up with basketball. And basketball has always been my #1 sport, and during my rehab, it really gave me something to look forward to. Eventually coming back home and being able to play for our local team. I joke with my kids, I'm like, "I told you I'd make it, I'm playing for the Blazers, it's the Will Blazers." But to be able to wear that Blazer jersey and to be home in the city of Portland where I'm born and raised, and seeing the other kids and the adults that I play with, seeing them overcome their obstacles, it's really cool to be a part of that.
Fans, at this time, we'd like you to meet tonight's hometown
It's
hero.
easy to have this attitude. I could have been in the self-pity party. I try to have a positive attitude, a smile. Life has so much good things if you look for them. If you got a good attitude and you keep the right circle around you and you enjoy the small things, then good things are gonna happen.